Okay, I just did the entire broadcast and didn't go live. So, uh, funny technical error. I guess this will be time two for me. This is OG of the Money Never Sleeps, my first show. I deeply apologize. I guess I had some technical errors and it wasn't recording. I wanted to take today as a chance to introduce me and my show and what I'm hoping to do. Here. Sorry, it's funny because I literally just did this and from my perspective. So I apologize that you guys were sitting quiet for 10 minutes. Um, as I said, I'm super hyped for the new show. I want to give you a brief overview of what to expect. Um, I'm going to be looking at the artists, collectors, technologies, and trends driving the digital art market and digital NFT and NFTs. So we'll do that through interviews, demonstrations, experts, analysis, and discussion. And each week I'll have a co host. This will be the only day you have to just listen to me. And we'll do a variety of things. We'll meet with artists and learn about them and their history and what motivates them and how they create their work. In the past, I've been blessed to interview people like Jeremy Booth, Bastion, Guido, ACK. Next week will be me and Die with the Most Likes interviewing the legend OSF, which I'm super hyped about. We'll do the same thing with collectors. So, meet with some of the biggest collectors in the space and try to understand how they're looking at the market, what motivates them, how they look at art and different types of art. And we'll match that sometimes with the artists. Um, and so I've been lucky enough, I've reached out to some of the biggest collectors in the space and they've agreed to come on the show, which is pretty exciting. Um, I'll do the same with the technology, tools, and platforms that are critical to issuing, buying, and selling NFTs, and that allow artists the tools to create all kinds of different NFTs using technology. So I was blessed to be on a call with Spaces with Transient Labs and Patrick Amadon when they did the Doppelganger contract. We'll do stuff like that, exploring different contracts and different, emerging technology that allows artists to do NFTs in different ways. Um, Look, I would love this to be fun, engaging, lighthearted. My goal is each week people feel hyped, they learn some stuff, they have some laughs, and it's a good, solid use of time. Um, I wanted to think about the best way to present me and my history. And I think what I'll do that's relevant is just tell you briefly about how I entered crypto, my own history with art, and then how NFTs kind of brought this all together. In terms of crypto, like many, I first heard of Bitcoin in 2012 from a friend who launched a venture capital firm and called Blockchain Capital, and I just thought Bitcoin was for buying illegal drugs. And finally, after many years, in the 2020 January 2020, I was admitted my mistake. And it just so happened to coincide with the time when California was shutting down where I live. And this friend of mine happened to rent a warehouse space, which was called the Duck Club, a story for another time, where everybody would hang out. And because he was a partner in a venture capital firm in crypto, every week there was a ton of people from crypto coming in. So it was an education over almost 2 years. And in August 2021, I led a group to invest in one of his funds. And in the process of that, one of my friends who I'd done cannabis deals with we were both lamenting cannabis, and we were talking about crypto, and he's like, "Well, have you looked at these mutant apes?" And I was like, "Mutant apes? What are you talking about?" And that was my first introduction to NFTs. It coincided with a transition in my own career, and I remember I went on a trip 2021 before Christmas, came back and started watching whiteboard crypto videos on NFTs and the basics, and from there I never stopped. Uh, last, like many, I started in PFPs. I migrated to art. through OSF and the OSF's community, which introduced me to not only the partners in my project, but to many of the early artists that I became close with and supported. The project I have and launched with Uncle Pennybags and several others of my close friends who are the shot callers is a curated art project called Money Click. And through that, I've had the pleasure of working with, probably 25 plus artists. I consulted with Super Rare and helped some artists get on Super Rare. And so I've been very lucky to have, increasingly spend a lot of time collecting art and with artists and talking to artists. My own personal history with art started when I was a kid, actually. I've always been obsessed with images, whether it was cartoons and cartoon characters, comic books, and characters and stories. And I was always impressed with just how much one image could tell an entire story. I started in 1999, actually, then tattooing those images on me because the power of images and what they say. And over time, ended up tattooing many of the things that I had connected with in my life, whether it's Pac-Man from a game, Jekyll and Hyde from the book, or the Hulk, which was actually a merger of Jekyll and Hyde and Frankenstein. Probably mispronouncing it. I'm Canadian. So I've been for 24 years now getting tattooed, 220 hours. And so when I got into NFTs, I've also super been into kind of street art and culture and sneakers and rap. And something clicked when I got into NFTs, the combination of the kind of market piece, the beautiful art and images, and the community. And so I think one of the things that most of us don't have as much that over the last year I've really stressed is the opportunity. Look, most of us experience this NFT world from behind a screen. And what I want to do with this show and what I hope to do with everyone who's kind enough to support it and be on it is show the people and get to meet them and see the vibe and the real energy. In the last year, kind of spending time in real life with all these people in the sector, in the space, who have the same passion and interest as I do, has been one of the most amazing and fun experiences. And so having people on here hanging out and having fun is the point. So sorry for the stumble at the beginning. I'm glad it's the first episode that I dropped the ball on. I hope everyone is really excited about the show. I am. And I look forward to digging into all this cool stuff in the coming weeks and months. So again, thanks so much. Really appreciate all of you, and look forward to seeing you next week when I have Die with the most likes and I interviewing the legend OSF. Thanks, everyone. Figuring out the all right, thanks so much.